Hey everyone, welcome back to Work Life Wellness. In this series, we're joined by Heads of Wellbeing from leading global organizations who share their expertise, experiences, and actionable strategies to enhance employee wellbeing and foster a thriving culture of wellness. Today, I'm joined by Gillian Plummer, who's the Director of Health and Employee Wellness for Quest Diagnostics. In our conversation, Gillian shares the benefits of a data-driven wellness strategy, how to gamify health initiatives, and the impact of fostering an open and supportive workplace. Hey, Gillian.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You're here.
I'm here.
Person.
I'm
You're
here.
real.
American in your studio.
Before we get into it, tell everyone a little bit more about your journey into the role and a little bit more about your role now.
Yeah, I've been in HR a very short time, but what I do say is that HR is literally like marketing because we have 50,000 employees and I am segmenting, all of our strategies just like I have with marketing in the past.
Yes. No.
And I'm communicating and I'm marketing to our employees just like I would with consumers. So at Quest, I've done everything from leading sports diagnostics to extended care, filling gaps in care for healthcare. And I was there during COVID. And so I led a team that launched all of the COVID testing across America. So it was a lot of work with consumers, et cetera. So I took all of my marketing background and really push forward with our employee health. I have a passion for health and wellness. And so between passion plus my background, it just really works well.
Well, it's clearly connected to your purpose, right?
Yeah.
And your passions as well.
Yeah.
What are some of the projects that you're working on that are really moving the needle?
Employee health it's almost hard to move the needle sometimes, right? Because you're depending on your employee population, you're impacting, I'm focusing on 50,000 employees. I'm impacting a lot of individuals, a lot of lives. Of those 50,000, we have 40,000 that are frontline employees. Frontline employees are salary, and that is where I take my marketing background and segment different programs with different, frontline job families.
Different needs.
Because our logistics drivers, so, we're a diagnostics company. So we, have a massive operation in laboratories. We have over 30 laboratories across the country in America. We have logistics drivers that are driving samples to the laboratories. We have our phlebotomists that are drawing the blood, our laboratory operations team. So there's a lot of moving parts there. And it's like, how do we impact the logistics driver that is driving 24/7? What programs do we put in place for him? Or what about the phlebotomist that is on her feet all day long and dealing with the public? Or the call centers that are sitting down, they're sedentary, they're dealing with the public. So when I came into the position, I took a holistic view of it and I said, this is a lot right now. So what are we going to do? And so I took more of a programmatic and data analysis plus culture perspective. And that's really where we started to create pockets of culture within our organization, because I'm a big believer in building culture first, like in that sense, to socialize and to help create movements to adopt into those programs.
I know you spoke before about some of the well-being challenges that you do internally, almost to gamify.
Yeah, we gamify it.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
So for the first time, when I first came in this role, I was like, all right, well, let's try this little fun activity to see what happens. So we brought on this organization that helped us create this gamified challenge, and we broke it up job function. We broke it up regionally, and then we did like top 3, all company wide, and we called it the Go Well Challenge, and we had a 72% engagement rate in the Go Well Challenge.
Across the whole employee population?
Whole employee population.
Wow.
And here's how it's like, you have to communicate it 7 times, 7 different ways. And this is where the marketing background comes in really well, because I am like hustling in our organization. I'm on like these regional calls. I'm everywhere. Like my face is everywhere. I'm talking on, we have first, second, and third shift employees, and I'm in third shift meetings. That's in the middle of the night. I'm like trying to get every employee on board so it's a lot of work. And that's why
what was the challenge though? What was the challenge?
So we have different challenges. The first one was a simple well-being challenge. We wanted to introduce it. And so you would log everything from holistic methods to like steps, and steps would automatically pop populate with your phone or your smartwatch.
Okay, great.
But then like you could do journaling, because we have to think whole employee population, reading, journaling, water, food. So that's really how we based it.
Nice.
The second one we did was SMART goals. And so we wanted our employees to think about a goal, a habit, and, stick with that. So the challenge helped them. We always do focus groups after the challenges and survey the employees to see how they liked it. And we had employees come out saying they lost 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Wow. Those are things, because you can talk about a lot of this, but those are the things that the stories and the human moments that people connect with. And the recognition is such an important part.
So we have something called Recognition Quest. And it's a whole company-wide recognition platform. And I would go on and recognize I would just recognize employees for their efforts. And that's like they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So that was,
that means a lot to people.
It really does, yeah.
You also give your employees the opportunity to have a health assessment, right?
Yeah.
You explain it a lot better than me.
Yeah. So every year we have something called Blueprint for Wellness. It's actually a product that our employer health team sells, but we have like the whole kit and caboodle product of this that we give our employees. Basically, we're a diagnostics company. So we have I think the panels, it's like 100 biomarkers tests, and it's tests that your PCP may not even, you're going to your doctor, your physical, they're doing just the CBC, CMP, that's pretty much it. But this really looks at every aspect underneath the hood. Then we also do a health risk assessment, which is just a self questionnaire that you answer. And what happens with this program and what we do with it is we look at de-identified information, and we're able to triage employees into programs that are of need. So for example, we saw on the health risk assessment that our employees were struggling with financial health the most. Financial health.
That was number one.
Financial health, was pretty
Wow.
was
Not
up
surprised,
there. And that is actually one of the trends that I'm seeing come up a lot is financial health. So we have a vendor. We put the vendor in place for financial health, and now the socialization, we're marketing it like, 7 different ways to our employees to have them understand that we do have this free benefit to them. It's free financial coaching. Like I use it. I need all the help. I need to stop, shopping and whatnot. I'm like, help me with my budget. But it's free financial coaching and also helps with loans too.
So how did the conversation come around with WellHub? Because that's obviously part of how we connected. Yeah.
So our employees have been asking for a gym subsidy for quite a long time now. And we have some different offerings on our Quest Benefits Plus site, but nothing that's like a company-wide benefit essentially. I did a whole Zoom call and I had them all blocked off on time, had key stakeholders in the meeting, and I talked to every one of their competitors. Yeah. And so they just shined. They're really great to talk to.
How long does it take for something like this to roll out? And are you going big bang?
Oh my gosh, so many weeks. It takes a little over 8 weeks for a program like this to...
It's pretty short, considering most of the conversations I have.
I think it's...
You think that's long? You're impatient, I can tell.
Well, I mean, I'm like I said, always moving forward.
Yeah,
I get it done.
That's pretty fast.
So,
but how many people are you rolling this out to?
Well, this is 50,000 employees.
You're going straight 50,000 people.
Straight 50,000. Wow. There's one other thing I just want to mention that we started doing last year. So here we are with these business objectives, like of changing our workforce and health and well-being and our strategies, have to ladder up, whatever. But then there's a humanistic approach to this, right? And what I've done with the Healthy Quest Employee Business Network is create these big groups of folks where they can just all talk to each other and be vulnerable. We have a call every month. I've had employees cry, laugh, talk about how they can't lose weight, how they are, it's like so raw and so deep that these meetings have caught on across our organization, and they're like, how can I get on these? How can I find these? So now we're like socializing them a lot, but this is like breaking down that barrier.
Yeah.
And, I've had employees talk about their mental health and crying about it. And then we're able to help support them. And then that's where it's like, we have this program, or here's just if you want to talk. You've got a fleet of individuals and employees, and you want, they're people, we're humans, you want to care for them.
Yeah.
We have something at Quest called our 5 C's, and care is one of them. And I take that to heart every single day with our employees, caring for our employees.
It's a good reason to get out of bed every day.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I could talk to you forever, but I appreciate you coming on, honestly.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations to you and the team on that.
Yeah.
It's a journey, right? It never ends. But listen, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us on the show, Gillian, and thank you to all of you that are watching. As always, if you want the full picture, make sure you download WellHub's Work-Life Wellness 2025 report via the link in the description. Until then, look forward to seeing you next week.